Alright, so Godox has firmly positioned themselves as a serious player in the lighting game and has already become a well-trusted brand. In fact, I've purchased several of their products for my own personal use. Now, they're getting into the audio game with the Godox W-Mic S1 UHF wireless microphone system, an omnidirectional lavalier microphone kit with two lavalier mics, two body pack transmitters, and one portable receiver. So, how does Godox stack up? Well, let's find out. Hey, and welcome to Low Nose Tech, where we take a deep dive into the gear you love and give you the straight answers you're really looking for. I'm Lo. Okay, so the Godox W-Mic S1 was sent to me for review purposes, and like anything I get my hands on from Godox, I'm always excited to see what they're doing now. Off the bat, if you haven't noticed already, I am using the W-Mic S1 and we'll be using it throughout the entire video. Now, I want to be clear, and this is strictly my opinion from my experiences. Personally, I prefer to use a good old condenser microphone. Now, while I have used lav mics in the past, they have always sounded a bit thin and muffled to me and lacked a certain bottom end that I'm used to. But early on with the Godox Mic S7 W-Mic S1, I like what I'm hearing. I like what it's giving me. But, and this is a small but, it does need a little help. More on that later. So, let's see what you get in the box. You get a storage case that holds two transmitters and one receiver, a hot shoe adapter so you can mount a transmitter or preferably the receiver to a camera or recording device. You get the two omnidirectional lav mics, a 3.5mm to XLR cable to record into an XLR input like an external recorder or an audio interface, and a 3.5mm audio cable to run into a camera or audio recording device. Take a closer look at the transmitter. It feels like a premium piece of audio gear. Durable, easy to handle, and solid most of all. It takes two AA batteries to power and a USB-C port on the side to power with an external power bank. Now we have our mic and line in port on the top, a nice bright OLED screen that's easy to monitor, and of course your power menu and cycle buttons as well. And two green status lights on the top to let you know you're connected and ready to go. On the receiver side, the same options in the front, but with an additional antenna for the second transmitter. A headphones port and an output port to run the 3.5mm cable to the XLR cable from the receiver to a recording device. Now, as far as the lav mic itself, I'm not really clear on what type of lav or the capsule is, but you get an audio frequency range of 40 Hz to 18 kHz. The lav mic, of course, plugs right into the transmitter and screws on so you're not accidentally getting disconnected, which comes in super handy. The lav mic does have this mic clip that works and holds securely like it's supposed to, but I just wish the mic clip was able to rotate so you can better position the mic to your taste. But you can always replace the clip with another clip that does rotate. Alright, so that's the specs of the Godox W-Mic S1, and by now you should come to an idea if you like how it sounds. Now, like I said before, I usually go for condenser mics. Obviously, I mean, these two mics are two completely different tools, but from my tests, the perceivable differences goes flying out the window after about a minute to 30 seconds of having my ears getting tuned to the sound. And once I'm there, well, that's where I'm really liking the W-Mic S1. One thing this mic kit is, and I mean is with no ifs, ands, or buts, is that it's clear and quiet. I mean, after extensive use, and I'm talking about like going through multiple batteries. Oh, as far as the battery life, it does eat the batteries pretty quick. Okay, but the quality and clarity of the audio is there every single time. Meaning, there's no static, there's no weird drops of audio when in regular use or walking around, no weird interference wondering, where's that buzz coming from? It just works, and it works clear. Oh, and it also plays very well with EQ. All right, so here's a sound test. This is what it sounds like when I use EQ and a little compression to the signal. So now you know what now you know what you have along with that flexibility. So let's back up for just a moment. And why would we want to use EQ and compression? Well, like I said before, in my tests, I find the mic or the transmitter kind of thins out the audio just a tiny bit. You know, taking out some of the low end, as I mentioned earlier. Now, like I said before, after about a minute to 30 seconds compared to a condenser mic, you really can't tell the difference, or your ears get attuned to the sound and then it's smooth sailing after that compared to the two mics. But I do find myself going to but I do find myself going into post and adding a little fullness back into the signal. It's no big deal, a simple preset can get you back, but overall, the sound, it's a nice flat signal that you can shape nicely in post. Another thing that should not be overlooked is the fact that you can connect a line-in source into the transmitter and feed another source of audio into the transmitter. In this case, I'm pumping music directly from my laptop into the line-in of the transmitter, and as you can see, oh, and you can hear my voice at the same time. It's going dual recording at the same time. And you can already see how you can get creative with this as well. So let's listen to some music. All right, now going back to this, when I did do this and brought the audio into post, this is where I realized that the audio was coming out a bit thin because of the transmitter. You know, the music that was being recorded into the transmitter and then out into the recording device, it did lose some of the fullness compared to the other source of the other audio samples that I had playing it from another device. You know, playing on the same speakers and everything. Now, remember, the audio frequency range is 40 hertz to 18 kilohertz, but that's the mic. So I don't know what's actually happening there, but there is some kind of thinning that's happening. All right, but aside from that, I am really impressed with the range and clarity, like I said before, with the mic kit. So let's test out the range. We're going to see how really well this thing actually works, right? So here, there it is. There's a receiver. There is the recorder. And I'm going to show you how well the range is for this recording kit. So we're going to leave the office. Now, of course, there's going to be multiple walls, right? Plenty of walls, ceilings, floors, all that stuff. You know, all the normal stuff of a house. And as I'm walking, now I've done this test before, and it's worked great. I mean, obviously, there is a point where you just go too far and it just clips, and then, you know, it stops and you get all these weird sounds. But we're outside. How does it sound? Right? And now you could also get a sense of what it sounds like when you're also outside, you know, within an environment. And yeah, from my experience, it still sounds good, still sounds great, and the reception still holds up. Now, I'm just going to keep walking further away, and so into the point where it actually starts clipping, right, where the signal actually drop, and it'll start, you know, you start getting a kind of a sense of you're kind of losing the signal. But yeah, from my experience, it does really well. And this is about the point where it starts breaking up for me from my previous test. So yeah, this is what it sounds like outside, and this is how awesome the range is. Let's go back inside. All right, so final thoughts. Well, I really do like the Godox W Mic S1. Is it my new microphone for wireless needs? Heck yeah, easily. I do wish the audio was a little fuller with a bit more body, but it can be addressed in post. And I do wish the mic clip was able to rotate to make things a little easier. Outside of that, if you're serious or curious about getting into lav mic kits, I'll get through it. The Godox W Mic S1 is a great place to start. Is a great place to start or add to your collection. Until next time, learn, do, and share. I'll see you later. Bye. All right, let's walk around. Let's get out of here. Let's go hands-free, wireless-free right now. Let's go.